Hey everybody, welcome back to HomeRecordingMadeEasy.com and here on my YouTube channel. And this time out, we're going to take a look and a listen to another very cool plugin by our good buddies over at Kiive Audio. This is the KC-1, like KC and the Sunshine Band. KC-1 compressor. This is the model or an emulation of the famous CL1B by TubeTech, which is a very sought after piece of hardware, pretty expensive, around $4,500 US or so. World famous vocal compressor, one of a handful of hardware vocal compressors that seem to be very, very popular. And so we're going to listen to this on some vocals. We're going to listen to it on a couple other elements as well that I tend to like this on. I happen to have a warm audio version in hardware of the CL1B called the WA1. So I just recently did a video on my YouTube channel over at Mixing Music Analog. If you want to check that out, link will be in the description box below, where we demoed the warm audio hardware against the Universal Audio CL1B plugin. Now we got one by Kiive Audio, so we're going to listen to it, and I'm going to let you know how I think it kind of stacks up against the warm audio piece and just my overall thoughts in general. So please make sure you like, share, subscribe. Also, if this is your first time here, what do you need to do? You know if you've been here before, but if you haven't been here before, go to HomeRecordingMadeEasy.com. Because right on the homepage, I want to give you a $100 free mixing course. It's my gift to you just for visiting Home Recording Made Easy. And if you stick around till the end of the video, I'm going to give you something else for free so you can get some more cool training at HomeRecordingMadeEasy.com. Here we are in Studio One with the KC-1 compressor by Kiive Audio. Looks pretty cool. Let's walk to the plugin and we'll listen to it. So let's start over here on the right-hand side. Right-hand side, we click the cog wheel. We can blow up the size of I'm looking at this at 85%, but we can jack this thing all the way up, go down to small 75%, or we can go, oh, there's our info, Kiive Audio. We can go to 115%. There's a lot of different sizes with the GUI, which I really appreciate. Let's keep it on 75, or maybe go to 85 for now. There we go. That's cool. Go back over to the top left. Top left, we got some presets here that you can check out. Input and output trim knobs. We have a mix knob for a parallel compression thing, which is kind of cool. We have oversampling, 2, 4, 8, and 16. If you have a modern computer, you want to keep oversampling on, that would probably be a better thing. We can link the left and right. We could turn that on or turn that off. If it's a stereo, if you're on a stereo track. We have a total harmonic distortion circuit here to add a little bit of distortion and a little bit of harmonics there. Again, that's not as part of the hardware, so that's kind of a cool feature. And then we have this high mod off, high mod on. You know, I'm not sure what the high mod is. I'll have to read the manual on that. We'll turn it on, we'll keep it on, and we'll turn it on and off and see what that is. I'm sure that does something very cool that's not part of the hardware. We have a mid. We could do this in mid side if we want to use this, or we can do this in mono, dual mono. Oh, it's your stereo. How do you click that? Mid-side. Okay, you just click on the word. There we go. We're in mono because we're on a mono track right now. We have our gain. We have our attack and release. We have a ratio. Beautiful VU meter in the center. Threshold. We have the way we want to look at the meters, input, output, or gain reduction. We have a sidechain filter. Power button that'll bypass the plugin if you want to do it here. And then we also have this attack and release select. Fixed means both an attack and release is fixed under the hood. You'll have to look at the manual to know what times they are. Fixed manual allows you to adjust the release, but not the attack, I believe. And in manual, you have full control over the attack and release. We'll leave it in manual for now. Pretty straightforward. So we're going to listen to this on a lead vocal. This song here is by our good friend and country artist, Lori Kole. Lori Kole has allowed us to use this session as part of this demonstration, and I appreciate it. The name of the song is Bare Feet and Butterflies. Go check out Lori Kole's music. All her links are in the description box below. This is a completely raw session, not mixed at all. Imported the raw audio, threw up some faders, quick little balance, quick little panning. Here's a chorus section of Bare Feet and Butterflies, and then we'll listen to this on a lead vocal here, and we'll see what this KC-1 sounds like. But here's a little section of Bare Feet and Butterflies. Here we go, by Lori Kole. Okay, there we go. Lori Kole, Bare Feet and Butterflies. Check our links out in the description. Thank you once again, Lori. We love you here at Home Recording Made Easy. Lead vocal, completely unmixed. Let's open up the plugin proper, right, Dave? Let's throw on the good old KC-1. KC-1, I think of KC and the Sunshine Band. It actually reminds me of a radio station here on the East Coast in Connecticut called KC-101 for people that live on the East Coast. Okay, here we go. So let's just, let's just dial something in that we think sounds good on Lori's lead vocal. How about that? Here we go.
It's down at the end of a dirt road. I never left 'cause I never really let go. Still the carefree, innocent girl whose little farm was her whole wide world. I don't wear hand-me-downs and I don't chew crabgrass. A lot of things are gone in my past. Truth is deep down inside. I'm still all about bare feet and butterflies. It's down at the end of a dirt road. I never left 'cause I never really let go. Still the carefree, innocent girl whose little farm was her whole wide world. I don't wear hand-me-downs and I don't chew crabgrass. A lot of things are gone in my past. Truth is deep down inside. I'm still all about bare feet and butterflies.
Okay, so that sounds, I love the way that sounds. And that does sound very, very similar sounding to the WA1B, which is the Hardware by Warm Audio of this. I don't know what it sounds like compared to a real tube tech. I don't have one. Just trying to compare it to hardware. It does sound like that. I do love this on vocals, I will say. I can see why it's a popular vocal compressor. I do love it.
It's down at the end of a dirt road. I never left 'cause I never really let go. Still the carefree, innocent girl whose little farm was her whole wide world. I don't wear hand-me-downs and I don't chew crabgrass. A lot of things are gone in my past.
Yeah, that's exactly what the hardware sounds like to me. The hardware, again, always with compressors, I say this on my other channel when we compare hardware to plugins, direct one-to-one. With compressors, generally, the hardware always seems to have a little bit more depth to it, and the plugin seems to seem a little bit more flat, a little bit more linear. And again, that's still, without comparing it side by side, that's still kind of what I can remember in my head here compared to the hardware. But this really sounds good. It has that, and it reacts similar to the hardware, just the way I'm turning the knobs and how much compression we're getting. I really like what this sounds like on lead vocal. You can compress almost 10 dB here, and it never really sounds compressed. It almost reminds me a little of the same kind of, and it's a different type of compression, I know, but it gives me that same kind of feeling as like a Fairchild does in a way, where you can just, or a stay level, where you can really compress it heavily like a Verimute compressor, and it never really sounds compressed. It just sounds better, thicker, and pulls it up front. And that's what this compressor does for me as well.
Truth is deep down inside. I'm still all about bare feet and butterflies. It's down at the end of a dirt road. I never left 'cause I never really let go. Still the carefree, innocent girl whose little farm was her whole wide world. I don't wear hand-me-downs and I don't chew crabgrass.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Let's add a little bit of this total harmonic distortion to see, can you use any of it, or is it kind of a gimmick? Let's see.
A lot of things are gone in my past. Truth is deep down inside. I'm still all about bare feet and butterflies.
Okay, I will say, comparatively speaking to the last video that I did here, I don't know when you guys will be watching these in order, but if you go back and watch the video I did recently of the Audioscape V-Comp by Kiive Audio, where we played with the total harmonic distortion, it was almost unusable. You could never turn it up plus 24 and use it. It was just all unusable. This is a lot more subtle and is a way more usable. Let's turn it down.
It's down at the end of a dirt road. I never left 'cause I never really let go. Still the carefree, innocent girl whose little farm was her whole wide world.
Way more usable. On the Audioscape V Comp by Kiive Audio, it's not very usable. This it is. This sounds really good. It's almost scary because this, oops, sorry about that. This, again, very, very reactionary wise, accurate to the hardware of the WA. I love the way the WA1 sounds in the hardware form. I really enjoy the way this sounds on vocals. It almost makes me want to go buy a Tube Tech to try it, to compare them, but Uncle Dave can't afford it. So if Tube Tech's watching, you want to send me one for demo, I'd love to check out their hardware. Anyway, that's lead vocal. Sounds really good. Sounds really good. Okay, the other area of the hardware that I really like this on was acoustic guitar. When I did the warm audio, I also did it on acoustic, and I really liked what it did to acoustic. So here we are, 2 acoustic guitars, one hard left, one hard right, coming down to a bus. Do we have acoustic guitar in this section of the song? I think we do. Hold on a second. Let me just double check. Should have been a little bit more prepared. I apologize. Yes, we do. Okay, great. So let's listen to the the KC-1 on acoustic. Let's check this out. Here we go. Yeah, I got to give you some more acoustic, a little more level here. Sorry, I'm not as prepared as I should be. Apologize. And that's Uncle Dave. Okay, now let's hit that compressor. Let's see how we're doing. I like it. It's got, again, very similar to the WA1 by Warm Audio hardware. I like the way it sounds on acoustic. I like it a lot. Sounds great. This is a good plugin. I like it. I like it a lot. Sounds really good, man. Okay, I'm impressed. I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about this plugin. Last thing I want to check it on, because again, on the hardware, this is probably where I enjoyed it the most, was on Snare. On a Snare. Tried it on a Snare. I really loved on the hardware the way it just added so much thickness to the hardware, it was crazy. It like totally changed the snare in a positive way. Let's try it. So here's a snare top and bottom, kind of blended to a bus here. And we're going to put the KC-1 on here. Let's try this and let's see what we got. Okay, so this doesn't react on the snare. It doesn't sound anything like the hardware. Not even close. I'm gonna try to give it a little bit more juice here on the input. Turn down the output a little. And keep in mind, this snare's not EQ'd, but neither was the one I did with the hardware. I did them on raw tracks. Yeah, it sounds okay, but on the hardware, it was really it just gave it a nice thickness to the bottom end. This doesn't do that here for some reason, which again is not bad. It's just a little different. I love the way it brings out the sustain of the snare. Still sounds really good on snare. It still sounds good. It just doesn't sound like the Warm Audio hardware. It doesn't do that bloom on the bottom, which is kind of odd because on the vocal it sounded very similar to the hardware unit that I have, and the same thing with the acoustic, very similar. This completely different sounding, but it still sounds good. It still sounds good. Let's add a little bit of this THD. What is this high? Not sure what that is. High mod? Not really sure. I should read the manual. Let's turn up some THD. Oops. Sounds good. I mean, sounds okay. Not bad, not bad. I love it on vocals. I would buy this just for the vocals alone. But yeah, it sounds good. It's a good representation. As I said, sounds close to the hardware on the other two elements, not so much on the snare, but it still sounds good on the snare. But for vocals, it's great. So yeah, I like this one. This is a good one. And I love the fact that the THD, you can actually use it and it doesn't all just, completely distort to the point where you can't use it like it does on the V-Comp. This sounds it's way more usable, it's subtle, which it should be. So anyway, that is a look and a listen to the Kiive Audio Tube KC-1, the Tube Tech emulation. Thank you so much for joining me today. Now, as I said at the beginning of the video, I want to give you something else for sticking around this long. So go to homerecordingmadeeasy.com, get that free mixing course, take that course. If you dig that course and you want one of my other full-length training courses, I have an entire online school at Home Recording Made Easy, everything from beginners, intermediate to advanced, and so much more. I want to give you a 25% discount coupon code. That coupon code is YouTube25. You put that in at checkout, it will take 25% off any training course on the website. Leave comments below. Let me know if you guys have the Tube KC-1 and if you have other Kiive Audio plugins, or which ones do you like, or if you have other plugin companies that made emulations of this. Do you like this better than that? Let me know in the comments below. And until the next video, I've been Dave with homerecordingmadeeasy.com. Thank you so much for watching me, everybody, and I'll see you in the next video.